Incredible. You clearly possess insights that only spiritually awakened individuals ever encounter. If you are watching this and the title gave you a subtle knot in your stomach, it is because a part of you already recognizes this is not clickbait. This serves as validation for a feeling you have carried inside for a very long time. You yourself represent this monumental spiritual phenomenon. It isn't about an arrogant need for attention, but rather that you are active proof of human consciousness evolving right now through your life. Unexplainable things are happening to you that you genuinely cannot convey to anyone else. You have tried speaking up to describe a dream that felt far more tangible than waking reality. A coincidence so remarkably precise, it felt scripted. Or a sudden moment of undeniable foresight. Yet the person sitting across from you simply offered a gentle, patronizing smile while thinking you have completely lost your mind. They secretly believe you are going crazy. In that precise instant, you experienced a sharp, physical sting of isolation and began doubting your own perception. You question whether you are merely manufacturing patterns, overthinking every event, or losing your sanity right before another undeniable event occurs. Something undeniable happens, and your hesitation instantly evaporates. This ongoing cycle of doubt, followed by validation, is utterly draining. It can feel profoundly exhausting. Nevertheless, it signals that something deeply significant is taking place within you. You are likely familiar with Carl Jung. He is the renowned psychiatrist who essentially mapped out the human soul. He dedicated his life to researching this exact phenomenon, focusing not on standard religious beliefs, but on people experiencing things beyond conventional psychology. He was intrigued by individuals undergoing unexplained experiences that defied standard psychological principles. His discoveries were truly groundbreaking. He determined that spiritual awakening is far more than just a shift in mindset or acquiring new beliefs. It represents the awakening of previously dormant psychological functions. Consider it through a practical analogy. Beneath your daily mind runs an underlying operating system where most people only use basic applications. But as you awaken, advanced features activate. Crucially, once these capabilities turn on, you cannot deactivate them or unlearn what has been revealed. Your psychological framework undergoes a permanent reorganization, marking a true evolution rather than a temporary phase. That fundamental shift is precisely why you feel so distinct from those around you. When these dormant capabilities activate, your first experience is entering an ongoing dialogue with reality itself. Jung identified this phenomenon as synchronicity. To clarify, synchronicity is far more than a simple, pleasant coincidence. While thinking of a friend right before they call is neat, real synchronicity evolves into an unmistakable, continuous living language where reality converses directly with you through events. It is entirely unmistakable. You might silently ask a question, only for the answer to appear on a billboard 15 minutes later. Feeling uncertain about your path, a complete stranger might suddenly utter the exact words you needed to hear. Or walking aimlessly into a bookstore, a book falls open to a page describing your inner life so perfectly it feels like a personal biography. It feels as though you have tuned into a broadcasting frequency that was always playing, but previously unheard. Imagine living your entire life wearing noise-canceling headphones and suddenly removing them to hear all the music and meaning that was present all along. As awakening takes hold, those metaphorical headphones drop, yielding an experience that is breathtaking, overwhelming, and deeply isolating. Explaining to others that you no longer experience the world through mere cause and effect, but through profound meaning and connection, is nearly impossible. You have transitioned from a universe of random occurrences to one that intentionally communicates with you. Anyone not experiencing this will assume you have succumbed to irrational thinking or conspiracy theories. They will claim you are inventing patterns or engaging in magical thinking. And since synchronicities cannot be summoned on command, you cannot prove them wrong. It resembles having a private, intimate language with a best friend that no outside person can grasp. You carry this incredible quiet dialogue with existence, knowing full well you cannot share it with others. The dynamic grows even stranger as this dialogue deepens. As communication becomes constant, you realize the messages are not always comforting or ego-soothing. The true core of this experience centers on alignment. Synchronicities only occur when you are aligned with what Jung termed the self, your deepest, authentic truth. The moment you attempt to force these experiences or feed your ego, the flow completely stops. Reality responds when you act with total authenticity, but the moment you try using this language for personal manipulation, the channel cuts off. This serves as a profound feedback loop, where reality acts as a mirror reflecting your true sincerity. It is a deeply humbling mechanism that keeps you grounded. You quickly learn that you cannot manipulate or fake your way through this process. The underlying system sees right through any pretense. Moving to the second layer, another profound internal shift takes place. You develop the capacity to hold opposing concepts in your mind simultaneously without experiencing cognitive strain. Jung named this the transcendent function, which is not about evading problems but expanding your psychological capacity. It grants you the mental space to hold paradoxes, representing a major advancement in consciousness. Most individuals remain trapped in rigid binary thinking. They force themselves into binary choices, optimistic or pessimistic, spiritual or material, logical or intuitive, processing life in one dimension. When the transcendent function activates, you hold both sides at once, like gaining three-dimensional depth, allowing you to experience deep sorrow and immense joy simultaneously, without one negating the other. Neither emotion cancels out the other. Instead, they coexist to create a new perspective. This multi-layered awareness often confuses those around you. You can be deeply spiritual while remaining grounded, fully committed to a goal while detached from the outcome, and fully present while sensing hidden patterns. Indeed, to a linear mind, your multidimensional view appears erratic. You may seem indecisive or full of contradictions. However, you are not confused. You are simply taking in the complete picture, which unlocks spontaneous wisdom. Answers to complex issues manifest fully formed in your mind, giving you knowledge without an obvious source. Your conscious and unconscious minds begin working together seamlessly. You learn to rely on this inner guidance, discovering it is far more accurate than any external advice. Yet this new capacity brings a distinct challenge. Once active, you can no longer engage in typical human conflicts the way you used to. Observing standard disputes becomes genuinely difficult. Everyday arguments require taking sides, drama demands clear villains, and politics forces team loyalty. You can no longer participate because you see both light and shadow, wisdom and ignorance within every position. This renders you resistant to anyone seeking to recruit you to a rigid cause. Recognizing complexity over simple narratives makes you psychologically unemployable to systems demanding absolute dogma, turning you into a permanent skeptic of partial truths. While peaceful, living with this broad perspective can feel remarkably lonely. Turning to the next major shift, your dream state undergoes a total transformation. Dreams stop being random reflections of daily stress or simple wish fulfillment, becoming direct messages from the self. They elevate to an entirely different dimension of experience. This transformation serves as one of the clearest indicators of deep spiritual awakening. Your dreams become naturally lucid, not through conscious control, but through holding active awareness while they unfold. You simultaneously act as the dreamer, the narrative, and the conscious observer watching the screen of your mind. This shift produces dreams far more impactful than waking life, leaving you feeling instructed and changed upon waking. You may receive wordless wisdom from luminous figures through direct inner knowing. You might travel through otherworldly landscapes that feel more familiar than your waking home. Or you may undergo transformative initiations that feel as real as physical changes. Jung designated these profound occurrences as big dreams. These initiatory dreams alter your life trajectory and reshape your identity. Some dreams cross into the prophetic realm. You might dream an exact conversation or see an unfamiliar place, only to experience it days or weeks later in physical reality. Dreaming of a phone call right before it occurs breaks your standard perception of linear time. It forces you to question the true nature of reality. You begin wondering if the future is already formed, or if time is fluid. Sharing these experiences with others often results in polite skepticism or disbelief, yet you know you are witnessing a genuinely expanded dimension. This creates a distinct division between your inner world and outer reality. Your dream life becomes so rich that sleep feels like a homecoming to a more authentic realm. You live a double existence, feeling homesick for a place visited only in sleep, echoing Jung's insight that looking inward brings true awakening. Awakening occurs through a heightened dream state that blends into daily living, allowing you to navigate physical life with the same depth, symbolism, and awareness as a dream. Next is perhaps the most jarring shift of all, the complete restructuring of your identity. Your ego, the personality, personal story, and manager of your life, undergoes a literal psychological reordering. As awakening deepens, the relationship between the ego and the deeper self fundamentally changes. The ego realizes it is not the executive leader, but merely middle management, serving a broader consciousness. Realigning the ego self-axis turns your sense of identity upside down, making you feel as though you are losing your old mind. As the old operating system dissolves, you begin experiencing multiple centers of awareness at once. While one part of you handles daily tasks, a vast observer simultaneously watches you perform those actions. This is not dissociation, but a split-screen existence where human personality and infinite awareness operate together. Living as both simultaneously feels both wild and extraordinary. You feel timeless yet entirely present, knowing yourself as both the individual drop and the vast ocean. This direct perception of reality becomes your daily baseline. You witness your emotional triggers in real time, and consciously choose whether to react. This ability represents the ultimate psychological upgrade. Rather than being trapped in automatic reactions, observing yourself from this higher vantage point frees you from old programming. Once you clearly perceive the pattern, you can step out of it. It is like realizing mid-movie that you hold the power to rewrite the script. You gain creative authority over your life that you never previously possessed. However, the ego fights back through psychological inflation, trying to claim spiritual progress as its own achievement. The universe quickly counters this ego trap with humbling experiences to keep you balanced. You navigate an ongoing dance between cosmic awareness and everyday human flaws. Experiencing these contrasts is not failure, but the natural interplay of human existence. It is a continuous negotiation between the finite self and the infinite. The goal is not eliminating the ego, but assigning it its proper place, so you are comfortable being both someone and no one. Living across multiple levels of identity simultaneously explains why you may seem paradoxical to others, though each level remains valid in its own right. Finally, the fifth experience that truly distinguishes this journey is learning to live mythologically. Rather than living in a fantasy, you realize your individual life enacts universal archetypal patterns. Becoming conscious of these Jungian archetypes helps you see that personal relationships and life challenges represent timeless human themes. Your career becomes a hero's quest, and you recognize your role as both actor and playwright in your life story. This major shift allows you to view life not as random chaos, but as a meaningful narrative within a grander framework. You notice when archetypal energies like the warrior, healer, or teacher arise naturally within you. You begin recognizing these same archetypes operating in others as well. Understanding that human conflicts are often clashes of underlying archetypes brings a profound sense of compassion. People are not simply being difficult, they are living out scripts older than humanity. You uncover your personal myth, the unique soul blueprint you were born to fulfill. This innate destiny is discovered rather than invented. You begin sensing upcoming chapters, dark nights of the soul, and calls to adventure before they physically unfold. Jung's ultimate insight is that these experiences are not ego-boosting privileges, but markers of humanity's collective evolutionary shift. Every person undergoing this process participates in collective individuation, demonstrating that reality responds to consciousness. Time is non-linear, and the psyche is expanding beyond binary constraints. The chaos and suffering of modern life act as the very catalyst needed to trigger this awakening. By embodying these realities, you help pave the way for others. Far from being a strange, isolated occurrence, you are pioneering an evolved mode of human existence. Being unable to share this fully is not a penalty, but a sign that you are clearing a path toward an expanded future. You represent this evolutionary spiritual shift, driven not by personal ego, but by the ongoing progression of consciousness itself.